I did buy this for $10 because 2026, we're gonna make a TV show and take one. When I sit here at this desk and I got the fancy cameras and the mics out and I'm ready to talk to you about what's going on in my filmmaking journey, my main goal is always for you to walk away with the same feeling that I had in study hall of senior year of high school when I would watch YouTube. That feeling was wait, I think I could do this too. And creatively, I want to give this a shot.
All right, so I'm Sam. Welcome to the first ever vlog.
I describe that feeling when inspiration meets action and the self-inflicted imposter syndrome sort of turns to white noise and you just go. That feeling is exactly what I'm chasing. I moved to New York about 5 years ago and I've worked thousands of video gigs. I've edited wedding films. I've tried every gig under the sun to sort of keep this dream alive. And within those gigs, every year I made the promise to myself to reinvest time, money, and energy back into my own brand of storytelling. Client work would ultimately dominate my workload. And then that little sliver of time that I had free was always put towards building something of my own.
Still trying to get videos up, even for the 150, 200 people that watch the videos. This is the type of moments that I want to document because I feel like this is like such a pivotal time. Still trying to get my own personal stuff out there, even if it doesn't seem like it's hitting that hard or not that many people are watching it. Like, this is the stuff that I'm gonna remember. Future Sam, I hope you see this and you're proud. Thanks. I don't know what to
In 2021, I designed some hoodies and sold them to about 15 friends.
It's a few days before the premiere. I just played film on the projector for the first time. Yeah, it just hit me. I was like, holy shit, we're actually
2022, I screened one of my own documentaries at a venue in Lower East Side for friends, family, anyone that wanted to come. Super small, intimate venue. But it was always about putting myself out there. 2023, we started this original doc series and I basically broke my bank account, premiering this doc at a venue in Soho for about 150 people.
We're waiting outside of the venue because the guy that runs it is like, can't come in until 1:30. We'll dive into his story later on, but hopefully I don't have to speak more about him. He's been a pain in the ass.
2024, as you can see, we moved into an office, and the result of that was building out a team in 2025 and doing our biggest premiere event at scale at a sold-out venue in Brooklyn. And so here we are today, 2026, sitting at the desk telling you what I believe is going to be our biggest endeavor yet. As you can tell here, I took out the director's slate because 2026, we're gonna make a TV show.
Oh, see this weekend. For you, baby.
Before we get into how we're doing this narrative show and what the plan of attack is for Create More, I thought it might be interesting for you to understand sort of how we function as a studio. The main driver of income and still what we spend the most time on is client work, creating branded content, telling long-form stories for businesses, brands, talent, you name it.
I was in the neighborhood, I got some sauce.
That would probably be what we spend at least 60 to 70% of our time doing. And then over the years, sort of as my following and community has grown, I've been able to have more opportunities to work with awesome brands who believe in the storytelling and the vision. That's starting to become a bigger priority for me / us. And then the third arm, which is, I call it Create More Originals, which is basically what we are making as a studio, whether that's releasing our LUT original doc series, the short films that we put out as a studio. That's something that I think with time will eventually be the biggest and maybe the most powerful part of our business, but it also might take the longest to build. And so when I talk about reinvesting time, energy, and money, back into my studio and back into my business. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about taking those first two things, the money drivers, the client work, the brand partnerships, that is reinvested back into doing these studio projects.
We could make that this thing. Like there's a world where we take, like that doesn't have to be the big one. The big one, like we were talking about, turns out we need a banger actor. Turns out we need to go hire Timothy Chalamet.
I sat at this desk, January 1, freezing cold with Christian, trying to map out what we wanted to do.
Hear me out. What if that series, that like narrative series, is secretly marketing something that is real, that we're putting on?
Like the party.
Like the party. This short form series is actually like invisible marketing for something that's going to be happening.
I like this.
And
I like this.
figuring out what we felt like would actually drive the studio forward. And
That's great. I'm like an intern at the fucking label.
we've always flirted with the idea of writing our own show. I've always wanted to try my luck at doing something doc style, but in narrative form. I actually started writing a script back in September, super jumbled version of it with Christian and Hunter.
We're creating this pitch deck for ourselves so we have a better idea of what the social series, our first kind of stab at a narrative, is going to look like. We're taking a fictional story through things that we've experienced and learned and dramatizing it. But basically, the Create More show. Think how to make it in America, but built for social community touch point. Signature series, event, like, you kind of get what I'm saying, but just gonna work through this and keep it running.
This idea and film will make sense over time, and I don't want to jump ahead and spill all the beans on everything that we're doing. I just want this to be a glimpse into our world that we're trying to build for you. I do not have any traditional directing experience. I didn't go to film school. The first time I was ever on a set with more than 5 people, I forgot to call action. I am an unorthodox filmmaker by all means. I'm still learning some of the most basic things about traditional filmmaking, which I think is really important to learn. Everyone here has a very big role in what we're doing. There is no professional big actor that we're gonna cast for this. There is no massive movie set that we're renting. We're gonna shoot this how we shoot basically all of our films, which is street style, no permit, doing things run and gun and indie style filmmaking. I've messed up on so many things so far. Like we were set to shoot this thing in February. We did not shoot this thing in February. We were set to shoot this thing in April. We did not end up shooting this thing in April. I am not done with the script. There's so many things that I've already messed up on that I'm learning and going through. I think for all of us, we feel the same way.
I think the beauty of what we do is we're not focused on the outcome. We're just focused on the process. And that's the best part, is like, who cares if we go viral? Obviously that's ideal, but we're here to make the best quality art that we can, and that's the main goal. And so I think the outcome is always unknown, but I think we're gonna be very fulfilled at the end of this.
Obviously, like, we run a really small crew, and I think what's exciting that we're gonna try to navigate through this whole process is like, how can we get the best images possible and really tell the story the right way without taking any shortcuts. My goal with this whole thing is I want it to click for the viewer that this is a professional production, even though we're operating under an extremely lean setup and a really lean budget.
Yeah, no, this is literally like 4 friends who have a love for just making stuff together, like coming together to see what we can do. One of the main characters is played by me. I've never acted other than, like you said, that one project we did for the candles. And I don't know, I'm really excited to take a step into it. I think it's cool to produce and just be on the back end of a lot of logistics, but writing a story that's uniquely kind of related to you, or it's about the journey that you've been going on, makes me excited to step into it to see if I can act, how that works, how much of like my own vision I can put into the character. So who knows what it's gonna be like? You're gonna have to tell me as the director, but I'm excited about it.
I plan on taking you guys through the behind the scenes of all of this. As we continue to write the show, work through pre-production, I'm also gonna show you guys some of the inner workings of Create More and how we build out community events. How do I partner with brands? How does this thing make money? There's so much to talk about, but I also want to know what you guys want to hear and how I can be of best value to you, because at the end of the day, like, I can say whatever I want, but my goal is to connect with you guys and hopefully have some form of impact on your creative journey.